Kenyans, Nigerians, Ugandans would be friends. We'd always get into trouble together.
Congolese will always be the ones with style.
Would you marry a lady who earns more than you?
Yes.
Oh yeah, man.
Okay, that's good. Okay. I don't know if I would marry a man who earns less than me.
Burial ama cremation.
Is marriage sustainable in 2025? Hey, bro.
I don't have to bow down to anyone.
Some things you have to rent, some things you have to buy.
If you have to choose what to
Explain.
If you could have
examples.
So, this, if you want to propagate your genes into the future, buy. If you just want to exist now and die, rent, because you're here temporary.
I think the one thing we do most is travel in this time and age. Whether you have family or not, to learn to explore different places, different worlds. You can move from, and especially with people working online nowadays, you can move to a certain part of the country, stay there for 5 months, then move to another place and explore that place. So I think I'd say both. So you can rent, you can buy somewhere that that is my actual property. I'd go there when it goes south. Jobs nowadays are not that sustainable, so you have to have a backup plan. But also just for the fun bit of it, rent.
First, thank God for remote working, because that has really helped. Personally, me niko hapa kwa sababu of that. But I feel eventually buy. I'd like to buy mostly. Have my own things. Na niseme ini yangu. Alafu nitapea watoto wangu. Alafu in our culture yetu bedhe ina play a role in this. In I noticed in our culture we don't sell land. Land inakuwa passed down to. So for us, if I am given land like this, of which now as women we are starting to be considered, kitambo we were not part of it. Kwa inheritance, women are not considered ever. It's only the men. But as a person, after me, if I'm given land by my, let's say my dad, I won't feel like that's my land. I'll feel like it's my family land. So it's my responsibility to pass it down to my kids. So I'd say bye.
For me, I think I say bye. Honestly, having that peace of mind that comes with knowing that this one is yours and no one is going to take it away. And just that fallback. Just knowing, yes, I don't have food in the house, or I don't have luxury stuff, but at least I'm not paying rent. At least this is mine. This is mine. No one is going to hold a gun to my head and say, if you don't do this by end of day, just having that peace of mind that comes with knowing that this thing is yours, whether it's equipment, but then realistically also, sometimes renting is more convenient. Because now the economic times have changed. It's not like Kitambo, where our parents this time they already had property. They already had their own houses. They already had their own homes. But then the economic times right now do not even allow for you to live at a certain place. You have to work with what you have. And I just can't buy land. And an acre is due at 6 million. Sasa nitatoa wapi 6 million saa ya kununua shamba? Yes, I want the comfort of knowing that I have a roof over my head, I have this. But where am I going to get all that money? You want the comfort, you want to move around, from one town to another peacefully. Our parents had cars by this time, but getting a good car right now is also going to cost money. So,
but hata manyumba, man.
Getting the car is a problem for me. Let me speak for myself. Is a problem. So of course, when because of convenience and reality of how things are right now, it won't make sense if you rent. Right. Yeah.
But also, can I burst a bubble? Let me burst a bubble. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Even if you own, you still have to pay land rates. Even if you own, there might be a war.
So do you own?
There might be a war, and then you lose everything. And the answer to that question is Bitcoin. This part of this is
also
is sponsored by Satoshi Nakamoto.
Very philosophical. Never even know translate.
It's interesting because but also the economy is changing.
Yeah.
In the sense that now some things you can't buy anymore.
Yeah.
Like everything is now subscription based.
Yeah.
At a marriage.
Let me tell
Wow.
Back to that.
Yeah. So there's that too.
Yeah.
Me, I would say I think most all of you have really answered some really good points. Me, I will not say yes or no, but I'll just say this: nobody can own this. You can't own this. Yes, you can just be a caretaker. You can just be a caretaker. You cannot own it, man. No, someone has just said here, you can have a title deed, but there'll be a war, and then will come drop bombs here and say, this is mine.
Bitcoin, the answer to all.
You know what I mean? Yeah? So I feel like
swallow your
we young people, yeah? The most important thing we need to do, right now, man, is literally making sure that we live our lives to the fullest, man.
Yeah.
If you get an opportunity to own, well and good, do that. But stop thinking about that, because that you're gonna miss on a lot of things, man. Kuna wameenda mjengo miaka 15 hata wajaiba land, bro.
That's true. Mm-hmm. So if basically what you're
saying, you can't
live here and now.
Yeah, man. When you're gonna die, literally, when you're gonna die, even me, I'm very against people having the permanent cemeteries, bro.
But let me ask you,
when you die, leave that space to the next person. If a tree falls, it leaves space to the next person.
You said permanent cemetery. Did you guys see the video of what cemeteries for
oh my god, literally houses.
I know.
Yeah, I'm
see, pyramids. Pyramids.
Bro, me the way I believe is, even I'm very against this permanent housing, man. I'm very against. No, just listen to my analogy. Listen. And matter exists in space, okay? So we are all in competition with space. Sawa. If I'm not using this space, I should let somebody else to use this space.
Let me say something.
Simple as that.
Okay, can I also say that yes, I feel like everything is a balance. Because if you don't plan, you plan to fail. You plan to fail.
Yo, the moment your heart stops beating, everything else doesn't matter.
But if I die right now,
at that point,
the moment your heart stops beating, everything else doesn't matter.
But still, the moment your heart stops beating, everything else doesn't matter. You don't want to see someone's cross 30 years later. It comes with some sort of emotional satisfaction. There's something that disturbs me nowadays. Ni monastery Langata Cemetery nafungwa. Because it's unhygienic at this point and it's full.
It's supposed to be closed 20 years ago.
Yeah,
misalaba mingi tumejaza huko.
Relax.
Sasa alikuwa 1960 na msalaba yake bana hata tujui familia yake kwa wapi.
Sasa niongea.
But we don't.
Maybe the one thing that disturbs me is people who buy land in the cemetery. The cemetery has people who've bought family land. like ni mtu mmoja amekufa but hiyo space ingine like it's fenced hiyo space ingine mnajua ni akina nani watazikuwa hapo the entire family but why would you do that
when you say your heart stops beating it's for you but then there are people you live here who still remember you've moved on but like so like for you
want to go to kusahau tu hivyo
but
like I'm God forget
but your project
wow
like for you imagine if you had kids
literally
about it's propagation or not
bro kama amko mnajipa shughuli nikiwa hapa ati nimedeli mnajipa shughuli
imagine watoto wako sasa
tamka hapo ni wapige vibare kila msee kibare unaona tu sasa kijishika hiyo unataka kuenda
as we're talking right now because you don't have kids so if you had kids
they'd want a way
and you die you wouldn't think or you wouldn't want to think I am just matter existing because you have a responsibility to make sure at least even if you die they're not starting off at like a bad point
okay,
or
right.
and emotionally speaking as well the reason why people bury there's that emotional connection to an extent
so you think
burial ama cremation
me cremation matter that
me I think burial was for my family just because it
why does it matter for them like why does it matter
cremation
because of my family you
why does it matter
have you seen what happens when people die
it doesn't matter but
have you seen what happens in cremation that thing is traumatizing
you're dead
see like you have to be there you have to be there to kusikia
see me
kuwa cremated and you feel even the blasts when the head is blasting nini that is trauma to your family
me I'm going to plan how I'm going to have my funeral I'll have my money on the side inshallah so that if you're giving
it's not a burden
so it's not a burden on my
to the family
other people the thing about also like African societies actually let me say this as well African societies the way we view death and everything is so different from white people because I know a white person who he moves on from that like okay amekufa oh sorry I'm so sad aya KPIs are this month it's so detached as it's like but it is also a value in that
the most depressing thing about what we're talking about is like imagine you're dead but even the funeral is not for you it's for the people who are left behind.
It's for the people
because sad people get like people get sad
I like how the question of renting or buying has become an existential.
Actually, they're connected. They're very much connected.
It's existential.
You remember when I said I'm not gonna say rent or buy, but I'm gonna say that's why we are here. Whatever I say, that's why we are here.
All these things, all these choices, whether you rent or buy, is still because you over continuation of something.
We're all existing in space, bro.
Okay, guys.
Bro.
I was cremation.
Yes.
Until when I started noticing that burials are not necessarily for the person, it's also for the family that has lost you. So, Mimi, there's a guy who lost his
emotional relief.
Imagine.
I don't think
imagine.
No, like in terms of money,
emotional
as a
relief,
human being, like
they have
donated to science.
That one is okay.
Marriage sustainable in 2025.
Hey, bro. Me, to be honest, marriage is a scam, bro. Look at this, Ati. I love you so much. So let's sign a document and let the government into our business. You know what I mean? Yeah. Marriage used to works, not used to. Marriage works when you have like a lot of property, and then, you know, you have kids, and then you sign things and all that, you know. But if you're just living a normal life, bro, like, why are you marrying, bro? First of all, why?
STDs.
Why?
Okay.
Just be celibate, bro.
Don't be celibate.
Are you? I don't support the bit where you say marriage only works when you have kids. Because most marriages fail when you start getting kids. Because once those babies come in between, that is where the conflict starts. So it works, yes.
So what I said is not like I did not say that marriage works only when you have kids, yeah.
But it was among the things
but
you mentioned.
marriage, yeah, it like the institution of marriage just works when you, as a person, like you have things like you. Come on, man, like you. To be honest, hata mdema kona ameolewa bado yukuliwa nje. So the thing itself, like marriage itself, the way we've been taught like marriage is, yeah, it's not it. I feel like in this new age, yeah, marriage has transcended, yeah, to a form like it's like a contract. It's not as it used to be. I don't know which marriage you're talking about.
I think marriage worked because women tolerated it.
Oh yeah, that's so true.
Women are the only reason why marriages worked. But now the women have changed and they're not taking shit for anything, and they're empowered and they have jobs. The only reason why you can keep someone in your house and make them feel like they have to stay is if they are being fully taken care of. Mm-hmm. But now women have found a way to also take care of themselves. So if they see something that they don't agree with, they can always walk away and go and take care of themselves from wherever. So the marriages worked because of women. So I don't think it's quite sustainable because now the women in this age, things have also changed. Yeah, but power to you if you feel like you want to get married
and continue from that. I think like that's a good thing that women have the option, but the only issue is like sometimes for men, like you like even when you have kids, you see men getting married and then like the woman does everything, and then you're also working, and then your husband is there like acting like he's not part of the marriage system. Say you're supposed to do everything and him is supposed to be there baby boy. But I feel like in this age, marriage, mambo ni mengi.
It's not as it used to be. Like marriage has.
But you know, it depends. If you're on the same page and you want the same thing, it can work.
Yeah.
That's all. Like I think that's all that matters. If you both want to get married and live together and have a marriage, power to you. If you want to be polyamorous, do it. If you want to be like a quadruple, a triple, a fifth tentacle, a pentagon, do it.
I think
I do.
All right.
Let's go.
I think now we can say it's sustainable.
It's sustainable. Nowadays, people use the name. This is my partner.
Exactly. I was actually going to say that.
Yes.
It's partnership. It's more of a partnership.
It's a contract.
It's like getting
it's
a contract.
Yeah.
Would you guys sign a prenuptial?
Of course.
Of course, yes.
Thank you.
It's a partnership for in this age.
It can be.
Partnership.
It can be sustainable, but it takes a lot of work
If you
from
like
both
gang,
people.
gang.
It's like do or die. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
You just can't do it with anyone.
But also, there's a thing though. The marriage we've been sold to,
yes,
that has been in this system for now is a Western form of marriage. And that is probably what the question is referring to.
Give me the Western form of marriage anytime. Because the African one is, I feel like, very procreative as compared to like emotionally sustainable. Because in the African marriage system, the man was held as the head of the house, which is also in Christianity and a lot of other Abrahamic religions, where the woman's work is just to chill and like take care of babies and nini. But in this time and age, that kind of system does not work, because if you look at our ancestors, our grandmoms, were never able to chase their dreams. They were never able to do like.
But you see, our grandmoms were in the Western marriage.
No, they were. They were.
Polygamous.
Yes, but you see, now for me, our society is matriarchal.
Yeah, for you especially. Yeah, for the Kikuyus, yeah.
So it's very different in that case.
For us Kales, it's very patriarchal.
Yeah.
So like a woman is considered as a child. You don't have an opinion. Like even in family meetings, women, you're not given.
For real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Imagine
you're not allowed to speak.
guests at home, and then he'll introduce.
Ninyi wateka watoto.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
Culture. Yeah, but even when if you can always feel that air.
Yeah.
Even to this day and age.
What? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when you go for
That's
like
serious.
a family.
Like women have been silenced. They're so silent. Like you're not even allowed to exist. Like you exist only if I tell you exist.
Exactly.
But why would I pick that? Why would I pick to exist only when you tell me to exist? If I can just pick to exist by myself.
By yourself.
Exactly.
But you know
I have an interesting question though. Would you sign a renewable marriage contract? Like, let's do 10 years.
Yes.
If you see it's working, we can do another 10. Would you do that?
Like we have like you said, that prenuptial agreement.
Yeah.
We review it every 5 years and see what one.
I feel like it should be. We should actually like really simplify. Like if I want to get married to somebody, I should simplify the thing of getting married to like the simplest form. You know, like first of all, I love you. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Second of all, I would like to have a family with you. Yeah. Third of all, I would like to like protect you. I would like to take care of you and all that, blah blah blah. Yeah. But also, I want you to like be there for me, you know, like that's how I feel like the new age, like the new age,
To protect and provide.
Yeah.
So let me.
I want to protect and provide.
Let me say.
But also,
you'll never feel like at any point like this burden is.
No, I will never feel. However,
Two-income families.
Let me answer you.
Income families.
I will never feel that way. However, I would like for my partner to actually be smart enough to see that she can, like, she has to, like, see by herself, like, she can do it by herself, you know, and come and support and all that, you know. But because also, if you don't take responsibility as a woman, then you don't expect sometimes for men to, like, treat you as, you know what I mean? So sometimes you have to like take your responsibility as a woman. I'm a Kikuyu, so I come from a society where like women like are the shit, like they say what's up, you know what I mean? Yeah, and that comes because they take responsibility, you know. They don't joke around, you know. So I feel like yes, I will do my role as a man, like, you know. I mean, if I have a good job, whatever, like I don't mind all of that, you know. But also I would like for you to like show, you know, like just kidogo, you know. So that also for me, it doesn't come to my mind sometimes, this shore is just chilling, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Because we're all humans.
Yeah.
Kind of person. Have you guys seen like that thing where it's like feminine energy, masculine? You have to be in your masculine energy, feminine and man. So it's like there are certain molds that are being brought up in this like new age spirituality kind of thing that makes it, if you look at it, it's actually taking us back. But it sounds woke, but it's not woke because women are being disempowered, and I've fallen for that before. Disempowered to give the power, like women are supposed to be soft and like this, and then men are supposed to be the providers. So it's a lot of pressure right now. If you look at our society, men are crumbling because like relationships feels like a transaction now, You always have to have money or you're not loved.
Yeah.
And
It's like
I
that,
think
yeah.
it's not
It is
fair.
that way, yeah.
It's
It is. It
like
doesn't
that.
feel actually. It is.
It's like that. And I've seen like men, but I feel like it's a good thing for me. Even me, my goal was to become a rich man's wife, but reality doesn't work like that. Everyone's an adult. And then now that I'm out of it, I'm seeing like how men are also fighting back on it, because guys are like at a transport to go for a date, someone asks you for it. Hair, like it's actually a lot of pressure on dudes as well. You can call me a pick-me-sha for saying that, but it is what it is.
You see, the problem is, we've been lied to, It's like we are confusing ourselves, especially sometimes the ladies, I don't want to say. Sometimes the ladies, they are confused because they're tapping into how they want men to be what men used to be in that old whatever culture, They want that, but then at the same time they don't want that, So it's contradicting with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I want a man who can provide, but at the same time I don't want a man who just see me as he's providing for me.
Or like his property.
His property.
So there are a lot of contradictions and like a lot of lies, man. We've been lied to, man. Like that's why also relationships are not working, because there are a lot of lies. They're still very young, man. Imagine there are people who are like 45 years old and they're not married, man. Like, so why are we thinking? Why are we thinking that far? Like, why are we thinking that far and we are here? You know what I mean?
Older friends.
No, you don't have to.
Seem happier than the ones who are married. No offense.
Yeah, bro.
Now,
I mean, I'm
they
not
seem
going to get
happier.
into a
They
boring
have
marriage life.
lives.
I may have to have fun.
My older friends.
Microphone.
My older friends who are unmarried, seem happier than those that are married.
No, me not married people who are having fun. May want a fun marriage.
I know more. I have more examples. Right now, I have more examples of unmarried friends who are happy than married friends who aren't.
Yeah.
There's no role models, basically. Like I look at the marriages I see right now, and I'm just like, nah.
Do you think it's like because of that?
Yeah.
Do you guys think it's because of that traditional view of marriage as like settling down? But that mindset of, oh mama, you can't be outside at 10 p.m. Marriage is so restrictive. It feels like a chore. It doesn't feel like a fun time. Like if I have a partner or like my husband, I want us to still be going out. I want us to still have a life. I want us to still enjoy.
Can I say something?
ourselves.
It's crazy how
Okay,
same environment. I also have like a friend of mine who is like a client. She comes with her husband.
Yeah.
They party together. In all the events, they party together. Yeah. And if the husband is not around, she comes by herself. And she has like 3 kids. So I think that can go on the good examples.
Yes.
Me wanna say
That
this.
can go on the good examples.
Healthy
Me wanna say
Yeah.
this. I wanna
We
say
party
this.
together.
If you wanna get married, be ready for responsibility. There's no
course.
marriage without responsibilities, okay? If you get married and have kids, if your kids are not old enough to be alone in the house at 10 p.m., why on earth are you outside without your kids?
No.
Let me just finish. Let me just finish, yeah? Just the idea of you thinking that, ati haturuhusiwi kukua nje. First of all, that's a thought of you running away from a responsibility and using something to hide the fact that you're running away from a responsibility. Okay? For me, if I have a wife, if our kids are not grown enough to be alone in the house, me myself, if I'm not doing anything outside, I'm in the house with my kids, and I expect the same.
Yeah, but if I have something to do.
And also, I don't expect you to go outside. You're already outside, and then you're complaining. What are you complaining about?
The husband is the one who was complaining.
The husband was the one who was
Yeah, who was
complaining.
texting them and asking them at 10 p.m. Even it was even 10, asking them where are you? And you
to be
as the
honest-
husband, you're in the house. What are you doing? So you just chill with the kids. Has fun.
You know, but also let's not like if you decide to be in a marriage setting, man, that's a whole ass responsibility, man. You cannot always cheza game kawa wengine manze.
Yeah. No offense,
But
but
if
we
I
are
have
all
money-
here. All of us are here the way we
But
are here
also-
because
but
we don't
also
have
it
kids.
depends.
And
There are
because none
different
of us
settings.
is married.
There are different
Hata kukaa tu
settings,
hivi,
yeah.
we can't.
If it's a setting where the husband has a lot of
Yeah,
money
for
and
sure.
he's the only one who's working, then girl, man, like you know what I mean? Like if it's the husband, you said you at some point you wanted to have a rich
I
husband.
did,
Yeah?
yeah.
What was the reason for you to think that you want to have a rich husband? Was it that you can just chill and like you do?
I hadn't really thought about it.
Yeah,
too
exactly.
much like that.
I would think
but
about it now and tell
I
me.
feel like at that I was subscribing to a specific thought process and belief where like masculine, the men are the providers, women are the nurturers. But then like he was the one who's going to be the provision, women achunga nyumba and everything and the kids. So but then when I looked at it, it was very disempowering to me as a person because I wouldn't have my own level of and also to him.
You don't want to imagine the thought of crying in a Mercedes.
No, I'm okay with crying in a Mercedes, but let that Mercedes be mine because I tell you why. Because imagine, umesikia wale wa mama wenye, and I was talking to my friend about this Tuesday. When you've lived with a man, and for me that was a very big, like, wake up call. So she lived in the States, and there's this lady who was married to a provider type of man. She was just sitting at home and stuff. And she's like 40 something. So for like 10 years, she hasn't been working or doing anything other than taking care of her. This guy, literally, I know in a kwa movie, but she did leave her for a younger woman. This woman now has a 10-year gap in work, and now she has to figure out life again by herself. This man, all the money is gone. Everything, you haven't developed your career, you never have, you're always depending on this man. So you have to start over again at zero. That's not a good place to be.
Can I say out? I will take even that 10 years to plan something, but be rest assured.
Nikienda nimeenda.
Yeah, if even if you walk out, I'd be sorted.
But Georgina, that's you. That's not every woman in this world.
No, but women
women.
now are smarter, getting smarter.
Yeah.
So that's why I wanted to ask them.
What do you mean? Women have always been smart, man.
Yeah, everyone is smart. We're all
Women have
equal.
always been smart. It's not just now.
Yeah.
Women have
Women have
No, it's
always,
just
always
that.
been smart.
It's just that.
always been.
Does it scare you
Patriarchal
though?
system.
No, it doesn't.
Patriarchal
Doesn't even
system.
disturb me.
It's patriarchy. But like finding men like you who are actually okay with the fact that you're not threatened by men. Because again, you guys come from a matriarchal society where like in the Kikuyu culture, being a go-getter as a woman, being outspoken and everything is good. But like that's a minority of a majority of men out here are very afraid of women's power.
Yeah.
So like if you're loud, if you're outspoken, that's why you see like on Twitter,
Working
Even
as
if you're
well.
ambitious,
Like,
if you're
working,
doing better, if you're earning more,
yeah.
there's a way that they feel like siezi contain.
Yeah.
Okay, brings up
Like,
another.
and not being
brings up another
which is
question
so.
though.
First of all,
Would you marry
Yeah.
a lady who earns more than you?
yes. Oh yeah, man.
Okay, that's good. I don't know if I would marry a man who earns less than me.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Am I toxic?
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. You see, I'm happy that this has just happened. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm happy that this has just happened.
Questioning
You remember when I said, yeah, women, yeah, want that traditional man
but at the same time they don't want that traditional marriage.
Yeah.
Double standard.
Double standards. You don't
And
have
that's
to
where
pick
the
a
problem
struggle.
is. And that's
You
where
want
the problem
everything.
is. Especially women when you grow up in the, tunajua, we've been like exposed to a lot, We've seen how women in USA are being treated in South America and all that. Especially us. Let me tell you, man, like, why wouldn't you why wouldn't you be with a guy that's earning less than you?
Okay, so let me.
Did it change it?
Okay, personally, I feel like earning around each other's nini is good. I'm okay with supporting my partner when they are going through stuff financially, but like not
Only when they're going through the stuff.
So you don't want.
No, I want us to
So it's
both
not
have-
50-50 for you.
No, me, I'm okay with being 50-50 now. At the time I wasn't. Now, I think I'm okay. I'm better at that. But I was very toxic as well in that.
Forget
kind of
50-50. 60-40.
Hey.
Lady,
The ladies.
the lady at 60.
Because we are way past.
Yeah,
actually,
yeah,
we are way past that conversation of
No, but
50-50.
it's, that's how,
We are way
that's
past
how
that.
I know where my blockage is.
But don't you think that's a problem, and like somewhere in the future
It's
might
unfair.
make you miss on like some amazing guy that could have just like treated you better than any other woman in the world just because he was earning less than you and you can't be with him.
Is it true?
As long as someone
that can be
tries, because like
considered.
I have dated people who are earning less than me, but it also depends on the type of man that man is.
Yeah, you don't have an ambition. You're not working
you
to
will
have
Let's just be honest.
yourself better.
Exactly.
Let's just be honest. Very few women, yeah? And very few women, and these are women that earn crazy amount of money, it's just very few of them that are okay being with a man that earns less than them. It's just very few.
Can I say why?
If you're not
Very
a
few.
bent,
I tell you why. I tell you, for me, I have dated someone or people who earn less than me, but there are different types of such people. So there's that one who he doesn't earn as much, but he does really nice small things for you that you notice. Like he'll come with like he's like, babe, let's go play, let's go for a walk, let's go. So it's not me who's always consistently just giving money, spending money. I'm okay with spending the money, we'll go out and spend on drinks. But that's what type of person. And then there's another type of person who, like, he does, like, nice things, kidogo. So you feel like, even if he's not giving something financial, he still is thoughtful. And he gives you kidogo. But then there's also another one.
I'm almost certain
No,
that
but I also need to see, like,
I'm
okay,
almost certain.
You're working towards something.
I'm almost certain that
See to Abu too.
I'm almost certain that you can find a guy, the nicest guy in the world. Like, this guy is respectable to you, this guy never talks bad to you, like loves you, gives you love, and all that. But the guy doesn't earn enough. But I am almost certain, still that guy that treats you better than any other guy, bado tacha say.
No,
I'm
lakini
almost
kama
certain.
ananipeanga hata rose moja ya 20 bob
I am
once
almost
in a,
certain.
like once in a while, I would appreciate that. Kuliko, I would be okay as long as you treat me well and I can see that you're making some effort. Some effort.
Ladies are not okay with being with a man that earns less than them, unless the lady is earning crazy amounts of money.
No, but like some effort. At least, no, I'm okay with paying.
So can you
some
reverse?
effort.
Can you reverse that? Now I'm earning more than you, yeah, but you still expect me to put effort.
Yeah, but I will also put effort. See, lakini hata mimi naeka effort.
You see, the problem is, yeah? The problem is, no, the problem is it's not a two-way traffic, yeah? When it comes to us, it's this, but when it comes to you, it's different.
No,
you
it's
see?
the same.
And that's why, no,
The entire country, the entire continent.
Like I would say, Rwanda will be goody two shoes.
Yeah. I know. But because they've been through it.
Yeah, not just
Sorry, that's not very sensitive of me to say. But yeah.
I think
think-
Nigeria would be the noisemaker. Of course.
Yeah.
But you know what? Nigeria would be the
then-
noisemaker,
I
but they
think
would be
Kenya
my
would be
friend.
the cool kids. The Kenyans would be the cool kids.
South Africa
South
was
Africa
the
is
cool
the
kid.
cool,
South Africa
No,
was
but
the
you know,
cool
cool
kid.
kid in what sense?
I
Like
think
they
South
push
Africa
you.
will be the teacher's
Yeah.
pet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like,
Interesting.
oh no,
That's
I
okay.
don't like doing that because I have teacher told me not to.
Yes. That would be South Africa.
Uganda. Let's talk about Uganda.
Uganda will be noise-makers.
And then
Kenyans with different
this country called Central Republic.
I think
They
the cool
just
kids will be
exist.
reunion.
They
No,
just
but
exist.
they would.
It's a reunion. Exactly.
It's just people they come to
No,
class
it's
and
actually
they go.
Egypt. Egypt will be the non-touchable people.
It will be coming to class and then we don't see them again.
Yes.
They like they come and then they get picked up
To
and then
a
like you talk to them kidogo and
to
then
shine, yeah?
and then they go.
Ni wale watakuja kufanya exams.
Yeah. Alafu they have like a nice like pencil set.
A nice cute pencil set.
Like,
Oxford.
and they're very organized, they're clean.
We show up, we crash, and we leave.
And we leave. Kenyans, Nigerians, Ugandans would be friends. We'd always get into trouble together.
Congolese will
And
always be the
Tanzanians?
ones with style.
Yeah.
They'll be showing us the trend, you know. Yeah.
We'd be like, so today.
What we're doing.
Congolese,
The cool kid.
like, yeah.
Somalians will always be the ones with the deals.
Yeah.
And they like
Yeah.
and football. Kidogo. No, even
The
no.
sports.
But sports, I think everyone would know. Kenyans, Ugandans,
Nigeria is good in
Nigerians,
sports, especially
Somali.
football.
Cameroonians
we'd
are
be
good.
playing
Nigeria-
football together.
So many people are
I
good
think
in
if
sports.
it is sports, Tanzania would be
Africa
playing
is
badminton.
I think very big
Angola
women,
people will be the ones.
Dancers, out of
no, they'd be like really classic.
Who would lead the
Congolese,
assembly?
Congo.
No, Malians will be musicians.
Congo.
Malians will be musicians.
Malians. But like in terms of boys, like the ones who go to lead the Nini, I think the Congolese would be the ones and the
Malians.
Nigerians.
Tanzania.
And Tanzanians, I think even Tanzanians would be the musicians.
No.
They'd be chill.
Tanzanians will be coming late to class.
No, they'd be chill.
The
Chill.
students are still trying to learn English.
Yeah, Tanzanians will
But
be
they
like,
actually, but they would be me I would be friends with the Tanzanians for sure, but they'd be like chill.
yeah,
they don't have a lot
because
of
you won't have
issues.
competition
That
from
one's
them.
struggling kid.
You'll be the cool kid, you know. They'll be looking up to you, you know what I
I'd
mean?
be like, come to him.
Ethiopia.
They'd be chill.
Ooh, Ethiopia, they'll be the ones with the treats, you know. They'll be coming to school with treats. You know.
And they'd actually be very
Kula
smart.
kula,
I feel like
Halua.
they'd be
Yeah, halua
smart
bala.
in class. I feel like they would be smart in class as well.
Yeah, Kenyans will be prefects for sure.
Yeah.
Kenyans are the best.
Love
Yeah, we love saying the things that other people do, but also not see what we do.
But with Egyptians,
No,
Kenyans,
very smart.
Nigerians,
I think
I think we're all smart in all
Yeah,
our way.
smart,
I feel like it's a trick question, yeah.
It's a
So
degree.
let me be the smart one and just tell you guys the answers.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
like smart, but like smart in a different way. There's the loud kid who's very smart, but then there's the quiet kid who's also very smart.
I think that's
So it's
crafty.
like-
There is like the crafty ones would be.
Ghanaians will be stoners, bro.
Really?
Then they'll be like stony and like, you know, lunchtime that's behind the.
Ghanaians.
I would find Nigerians and Kenyans everywhere.
I know.
Ghanaians will be
Red.
You've interacted with Nigerians and Kenyans.
More, yeah, I think I have a
Ovugwa,
bias. Can I say this? You know how many countries are there in Africa?
54.
Okay, how many countries have we mentioned in this conversation? Can you, other than Kenya, Egypt, Uganda, Nigeria, Somali, Ethiopia, South Africa, what other countries? Those are like
those other
10.
countries that you're not mentioning, eh? Those other countries that, let me say something, eh? And this might be a bit controversial, yeah? But the other countries that you're not mentioning, in real sense, they see themselves as not Africans.
Which other countries though?
You will have to die. Don't ask me why.
By the way,
Yeah, so.
Africa Unite. It's that song.
Yeah. No, there's this Exodus. No, it's not.
None but ourselves can free our minds.
See Exodus, you know that song, is that?
Most Africans and vice versa.
Yes. Can I start?
I know.
A lot of things, bro. First of all, those guys in West Africa, they've kept their... So, West Africans, those guys have kept they talk with their ancestors, bro.
Yeah.
That's one thing we've lost, man.
That's true.
Did you see this other thing at some black American pastor went somewhere in Kenya and then was preaching and they said Jesus was black and people stoned that mother. You know what I mean? Like that's how in denial we are. Like atujui hata bro nikidedi sahi mtalia, si ndio? Alafu niamke tu hivi kila mtu. You know what I mean? So but I would say like West Africans, man, like they keep their culture alive, and the reason why they keep their culture alive is because they are still in communication with their ancestors. Amen. That's one thing you can learn from them.
Amen. I agree. The one thing I love about West Africans is the audacity and flamboyance. I think those people are so beautiful.
And fufu.
The culture, the way the women just walk around and you just feel this energy of elegance. In Kenya, I feel like for you to, when you stand out too much, it's a problem. Like if you're audacious, you're just there with gold in your hair, all those bright, you're being too much.
Yeah,
it's too much. So you have to be humble. You have to be. So like that boisterousness, boisterousness of East Africans. Of West Africans, I love the culture, the way they just like you can feel like that love of self. Even if you're not rich, you may not be the richest person, but you can tell this person loves themselves, you know.
Okay, at what age are you watching Afro cinema and stuff?
In primary school.
It continues shortly.
Yeah. In primary school itself.
I love how they used to do that because they're showing off their culture. They are proud of it. Like they're proud of whatever they're doing and whatnot. Why is this thing vibrating? Okay. So they're proud of whatever they're doing. They're proud of it.
Anyway, don't lose your train of thought.
If you watch this, I am very innocent. I don't even know what they're thinking about. Anyway. Yeah, so as I said, so they're very proud of their culture. So that is why they don't shy away from showing what they do. They don't shy away from showing hizo vitu zote in between their culture. Yeah, so I'd love us to learn to be proud of whatever we stand for.
It's only what I've also noticed is like when we think of West Africa, we think of Nigeria. But there are so many other countries.
I feel like
there's Cameroonians. There are so many other different people.
We are all African. Africa is a very big continent, rich with different tribes, different traditions, and all that. Like to be honest, the best thing we can do is just experience each other.
Yeah.
Not criticize each other, not do all of that. In fact, nikope mic niangushe chini kama